say free yourself from the shackle of his religion, look at yourself as a Christian. Just look at yourself. Do you really think you are pleasing to Jesus? Wait a minute. Suppose I'm free and I'm a sister. Brothers and sisters, the Lord told me to tell you this morning that, no, wait, just a minute, just stop right there. Look, Jesus is not a feminist. Some dude was on radio here in Chicago on the Cliff Kelly show talking about Jesus being a homosexual. And the Christian community didn't rise up and snatch him down and give him a good homosexual whooping. Today, in order to make that which is unnatural natural, they have to link unnatural behavior to righteous people. Why did you say he's a homosexual? Because one of his disciples who was closest to him in the Last Supper laid his head on Jesus' breast. Now that's a stretch, ain't it? He didn't say he laid his head in his lap. I'm not trying to be funny. Now listen, dear brothers, if you have this lifestyle, don't think that Brother Farrakhan is against you and doesn't love you, God doesn't love you and all that kind of stuff. But that way of life is death. And God does not approve of that, even though you like it. Okay? Sisters, same thing. And you know, God didn't make women. But then when you say God is love, see, then you take unnatural love and give it God's divinity. That's not the way of God. That's Satan making evil fair seeming. Okay? Now, just bear with me. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad wanted to see us develop a nation, not join America. I'm going to say that again. Now, America's judicial system, America's political system, America's economic system, America's social system, if you measure it to obedience to God, it is totally opposite God. So you can't be an American and a Muslim. You can't be a Britisher and a Muslim. Because the British system is opposite God's system. Well, you live in America. Yeah. Malcolm said that a cat can have kittens in an oven. That don't make them business. So, you can be born in this, but this is not you. The Bible calls it joining yourself on to be a citizen in a strange country. We didn't have a plebiscite to decide that we want to be American. You wouldn't have known what to decide anyway. So the white man, like a foster parent, decided, you niggas are going to be Americans, but you're going to be second and third class. And if there's another class, it surely won't be first class. So Mr. Bush brings Colin Powell and Condoleezza Rice on his trip to Africa to say to African people, see what I've done? I got niggas around me. See how good I am? So some people sit their dogs at their face. You tell Fido, get in the car with you. And you do look like you want to be a dog, all right. Yo, dog. You my dog, you know what I mean? This is how far down we have fallen. But in reality, God wants us to be reflective of his characteristics. His main characteristic is beneficence and mercy. He's Maliki Yawmiddin. He's a master. He's Rabbil Alamin. He's one who brings the thing into existence and nurtures it to its final and complete stage. He wants us to be able to bring something into existence and nurture it and make it grow in accord with God's will. So the nation is forming, and we were more close to being that in the 60s than we are right now in 2000. Now, how do you form a nation? We got a common history, right? We have a common heritage. We speak a common language, not ours, but common. But what shapes a nation? I was in a bookstore several years ago with Imam W.D. Muhammad in Boston, and I wasn't going to buy a book, but the Imam was there looking for certain books, and I believe the Imam bought a book on Plato's, Plato's Republic. Thank you. He loved philosophy. Well, since he was buying a book, I thought I would buy one too. So I bought a book on the dynamics of international law. I don't know why I bought that book. And I went home, and I have that book still somewhere in my library. I began to read, and it said, how you form a nation is, first, shared attitude. Now, in the 60s, we had a shared attitude toward the government, toward white people, toward our oppression and our oppressor. We did. And it says, out of shared attitudes comes beliefs. And from beliefs comes an ideology.